Hello everyone, Paulo P13 here, and welcome to today's video. I'm sorry I've been away for a while. I was in Canada for Christmas with my family, and I wasn't able to record any videos there. I brought my stuff hoping to, just I wasn't able to. So there was a bit of a delay. So today's video is actually going to be about Wakanda again, and it's going to be an Alliance War guide. But before I get into that, I just want to say I announced a few giveaways in my last video before this break, but I gave dates to those, and just because of the vacation and everything like that, not many people really applied for the giveaway, and it didn't seem right. So I made the decision to delay the giveaways. I'm going to say both of them roughly February 1st. So if you are interested in getting $25 Canadian, or 25 euros or 25 American dollars, please check out my Discord. There's going to be a little section in the infographics, and you'll be able to find all the infographics explaining the giveaway. I don't want to go into too much information, but basically it involves messaging me on Discord with various information, or just simply saying what country you're from and your favorite Marvel character from that country, or even any Marvel character from that country, because I can't prove that's your favorite or not. And if you really need help on who that is, Google it. Piece of advice, make sure that if you're trying to say that a character is from your country, please make it a character from Earth. It really does make it easier to believe. Like if you're saying, I don't know, Rocket, I may not believe you, so it may not qualify. It just has to be a character from the actual country. But there are other ways you can enter, so please just check out my Discord. The infographics section on that will help you. But let's just say both of those giveaways will be moved to February 1st, so everyone has more of a chance to actually apply. I think that would be best for everyone, as there are very few applicants on the first go around, and I'm sure everyone wants a chance to win $25 or euros, whatnot like that. Anyway, so yes, today's video is on Wakanda, and it's going to be a war guide. So let's actually get into showing you the Wakandan team. Okay, here are my Wakandans. I have a very strong Wakandan team. I've got Shuri at level 75, gear tier 13, 7 stars, 4 red stars. So she's about 69,000 power. I've got M'Baku level 73, 7 stars, gear tier 13, 4 red stars, which is 66,000 power. Okoye level 73, gear tier 13, only 6 stars, 4 red stars. I think it's a gear tier 13, whatever, 60,000 power. Killmonger, gear tier 12, 7 stars, 3 red stars, level 73, 58,000 power. Black Panther, 3 red, 7 red, 3 red, 7 yellow stars, level 73, gear tier 13, 58,000 power. And if you're wondering all the ability levels, let's check that out right here. Okay, so Shuri is 6675. M'Baku is 6765. Okoye is 7665. Killmonger is 6765. And Black Panther is 6665. Now, there are a few I would upgrade if I had unlimited resources, but I haven't done. I think on Shuri, some people upgrade that special. I don't really find it overly necessary. But for War, her passive is amazing, and that ultimate can be really amazing in War 2. It's also really great in raids. Now for M'Baku, his special and his passive are incredible. His passive is also really good in War, but I really like both of those. It makes him much more useful. Okoye here, that basic is almost necessary, and that passive actually added a lot of extra damage, so I really liked it. We got Killmonger here, who his passive is really nice. I think it was the most recent one I did, and it did help. His special, it doesn't seem the most necessary, but for exactly war purposes, it was very helpful to me in very specific situations, mainly against big BKT teams. Finally, we have Black Panther. I have his passive. I don't have anything else. His ultimate might be pretty nice in the future, but that passive is almost necessary. So really, just to get a good war team, I think you need the Shuri passive at least. M'Baku, I'd say that special is pretty good. Okoye, the basic at the bare minimum. Just one from Killmonger. I'd almost say the special and you need that passive from Black Panther. So overall, that's the abilities I have. I'm not saying that others don't really help them be as good as mine. I think my team's about 310,000. They're all at 7 stars except Okoye, and they're all at gear tier 13 except Killmonger. So they're pretty well built up. I have a fair amount of T4s in them. They're a very strong team. They work well for me in pretty much every game mode. I haven't really used many of them in Arena. I've used a few of them here and there for specific battles. I use them in Blitz, and they're really good. They're very dominant in War. They're one of my most successful War teams, mainly because they're so big. They are not a perfect U7 team, but just for a straight-up team, they're one of the most successful. Getting a node and a half, 2 nodes out of them would, if I just wanted to use only them. So that's pretty nice. Overall, I like them. I like them a lot. I know a lot of people are very against them, but there are some really good uses. So now let's talk a bit about them. And while we talk a bit about them, I might as well blitz with them so you guys can see them in action. Okay, you can see here it's about 310,000, pretty much exactly what I said. Still downloading things on files. Here we go. So let's take a look. We're on tier 8. Yeah, I could beat that team. I could probably beat that team. That team, I probably could, just a weird one. I'm going to go against this team here with Minerva. There's a lot of damage coming my way, so it might be fun to see roughly how they work. And yeah, let's talk about them while I go through it. I'm going to put it on ×2 for you guys. And I'm just going to do this battle first and show you how I like to use them. I like starting with the Okoye special. I'm going to do it on Minerva here because Revive is pretty annoying. Unfortunately here, actually, she resisted the defense down. Now I'm looking at it, she is tier 14, level 75, so I should have seen that coming. But that does make it harder, and that's one of the biggest issues is when it gets really super powerful teams you're going against. The defense downs get resisted. If things get resisted, it does make it a little harder. So I use the Black Panther special the first turn pretty much always in order to get that offense up. And here I always use, this is always a bit of a sad moment if Black Panther crits, because then you're not going to be able to take advantage of the Okoye assist on this turn, but I'm going to use the special here from Shuri, get defense up on everyone, and that Killmonger assist is very nice. Here is what I'm going to do is use the Killmonger special. It's why I like upgrading it. If there was defense down on Minerva, she would die from this, but she probably won't, simply because I did not get that defense down. Now get a big assist. See, it's not quite enough. Now normally here I would taunt with M'Baku, but looking at the circumstance, I want Minerva dead. Taunting will only really protect me from damage on Gamora, so I'm going to actually use the ultimate here, aim it at Gamora. There should be enough damage to finish Minerva, which means I'm going to be able to deal even more damage there and get an assist from Okoye, putting me in a pretty nice situation here. The counterattack there by Black Panther actually kills Gamora. That's very nice, so I'm going to use the ultimate here, which does damage to everyone. Was hoping that would be enough to finish the job. It is not, so I'm still going to take a bit of damage. Now it's their turn to get all their attacks, and let's actually use this ultimate. Probably could have used the basic and dispelled, but figured I would be fine either way. Might as well get myself offense up again. Got a couple of attacks. He is down, and it would have been right time for a Shuri heal and then a Killmonger ultimate, so I would have been in plenty good shape anyways and would have had a taunt coming up. So that team worked out pretty well against this. So I'm going to talk a bit more about the team in specific and what teams they go well against, what teams they don't go well against during this next fight. Okay, this is a very interesting team. I don't really want to go against that. This would be a very similar type matchup, so we'll see about that. Okay. Well, I'll go for the bigger one here. This is about a 40,000 power punch-up, so I'm going to try this one, even though it's almost identical. Another issue is the gear tier 14 Minerva on that one. This one, the only Minerva that's not gear tier 14, but the rest of the team just, I don't like it. So I'm going to go with this one right here, and let's see how it goes. Okay, here we are. Let's see if this defense down sticks this time. Nope. Tier 14, level 75 seems to be the point where it stops working. Anyways, so now let's just talk about the team. They are a rare team that I think works very well on both offense and defense. If I put them on defense, they seem to get about 1 to 3 wins on average, so it's not the best. What normally happens is I put them out there, and then I'll use the ultimate again. I take 3 people that all throw the Brotherhood at it, and they don't have to be the biggest, but just the Brotherhood alone seems to be a pretty decent counter. I take a lot of whenever I put them on defense, I notice I get attacked from a lot of Brotherhoods. I personally have very strong defense anyways, so I rarely put them on defense unless I'm going out of town and not able to be on and active. Just to boost up my defense a little more, I prefer to keep them on offense. And they're very good against a ton of teams. What I look for is if there's any team on that starts slow and is unprotected, Wakanda will tear them apart and can punch up very, very high against them. Again, any mixed teams, they are really good against. So you can probably double your power against hands or mercenaries, anything like that. The Avengers do not do well against Wakanda. They're just not fast enough, and they're not protected right away, especially on defense, so you can tear through them very easily. This is not true when you're talking about Coulson, but if you put a Fury Shield without Coulson against Wakanda, the offense tends to win. I've punched up, I believe, 35, 40k before my team was this big with Wakanda against Fury Shield, no Coulson. It's not the best matchup, but it does work. And of course, punching down, they can take on Ultron teams, but you'd really want to be punching down or facing a really messed up Ultron team. And the main reason that works sometimes is because of Black Panther. Before I finish this fight off, the number 1 team I like using my Wakanda against are BKT. And I'll explain that more in the next fight. There we go, finish that off. Okay, so here we are on a higher tier, doing pretty good. I'm going to bring this against the defenders. I know some people struggle with them against the defenders, but personally, in my experience, they do really well against the defenders. So I'm just going to go and show you the way I do it. The issue with my Wakandan team being so strong is my opponents in the tier 8 of Blitz are massive. They will all be like 7-star, especially if I win this one. All of my characters, all the opponents will be 7 stars. Tier 14, except one will be tier 13, so kind of like this one. If you make the Punisher 7-star, I think is going to be most of the difference. And then I'm going to have 4 red stars, and we're going to have 2 people at 4 red stars, and 3 people at 5 red stars, which is pretty massive to go against. So again, these punch-ups get hard just because of that focus and the resistance and everything. But my team does go really well, especially in Blitz. But this does do really well against defenders in every time I've tried it. But I'm going to talk about going against defenders because I'm fighting against them, and going against BKT during this fight. Okay, so I'll talk about the defenders here. A lot of people like to go after Iron Fist first because its healing is annoying. Personally, I trust my Shuri to heal with that Iron Fist, and I like to take out the Punisher just so there's no damage coming in. Again, we'll see how this goes on getting the defense down. It does not work. It's easier to get defense down on Iron Fist than Punisher in my experience. I haven't checked the resistance numbers. It's just base instinct. Let's see how well this Killmonger does there. Now here is another fun part. I'm going to actually try the ultimate here. Normally I would use the special, but I'm going to try the ultimate and see how this works. I was hoping for a crit somewhere. No crits, which is really unfortunate. If I got the crit, it could have put me in a pretty good position. Now I'm kind of in a predicament, and I really hope this is enough to kill Punisher, but it is, which is good. There we go. Now Iron Fist will likely heal. I have the defense up to protect me from all of the attacks I'm going to sustain. Okay, going straight on my Killmonger. Got the defense ups. let's rewind some turn meter here. I'm going to actually slow, well, try to slow, heal block. Thank you, Shuri. That's nice of you. Perfect. Now I can use the special here and get the assist from Okoye. Going to take a bunch of damage. M'Baku's going to taunt just in time, which should stop anything from Daredevil. That's actually going to have to start hitting Luke Cage anyway, so might as well hit him now. But anyways, now Shuri will heal my team all up, and I'll be in a much better position. They have no healing, they don't have Punisher damage, so I should be in a good shape to go forward with this and win it. But anyways, BKT. That what I mean by that is what is often referred to as the best Kree team. Let's see, how am I doing on that? 2 counterattacks. Let's see. I'm referring to Thanos, Groot, Minerva, Rocket, and Star-Lord. It is a team I made a video on a very, very, very long time ago. It was probably my biggest video to date. I think I believe it to be the first ever video on that team, but a lot of people covered them far more thoroughly than me after that point and actually named them. But anyways, it's a very, very tough team to beat. It's one you will see often on defense. Nowadays, you'll see them a lot with an Ultron thrown on there, which makes it a little more complicated as well. But I'm just referring to that base 5. And the Wakandan team is probably the best counter in the game for that team. If you're putting a Drax on there, it changes up a little because you have to change the strategy. And that all depends on whether Okoye's basic is going to strip the taunt or not. And as you can see, even by here, her focus is not the best. So she is not guaranteed to remove a taunt at any point. But if you are talking the main 5 that I said, it works really well. Basically, you start off the same way I've started almost all these fights, by focusing down Minerva. Ideally, you can get the defense down and you will kill her. I have not failed that in war in a very, very long time. Once you have taken out Minerva, you taunt up with M'Baku. If you can't kill Minerva first turn, you need to kill her. So you have to use the ultimate with M'Baku, but ideally you can hold off on the ultimate and you can taunt up. This would then allow you to take all the damage that Rocket and Star-Lord are going to deal straight in M'Baku, which will basically mean he takes about 8,000 points of damage. So it takes out their 2 best moves. You can then use Okoye to strip the taunt from Groot, and you can focus down Rocket before he ults. Therefore, you're going to only have to deal with a Groot, a Star-Lord, and a Thanos, I believe. That is the idea. It doesn't always go as smooth, but it works very well, and it can punch up quite a lot. You can also punch up a lot against defenders. So if you ask me, the best way to use your Wakandans is on offense, hunting out BKT teams. Now, you're going to be facing a lot of Ultrons. They're also very good on defense. However, that's pretty much so those are the teams you want to bring them in. They don't do great against Brotherhood. You can beat them on punching down. They don't work very well at all against X-Men. They're actually really bad against the X-Men because they will, the moment that someone drops below 50% health, Colossus taunts, and you either get stuck on Colossus or you take out Phoenix, and that just ruins everything. The whole mechanic of her turning into Dark Phoenix, giving a defense down, really demolishes any hope with Wakanda. I haven't tested it very much. Wakanda can beat a Fury Coulson team, but it's not easy, and it's more, you have to kind of punch down to do that. So I wouldn't really recommend that. But again, any mixed teams, you can punch up a massive amount. They're really good against BKT, and they're really good against defenders. Some of the best counters in the game, especially for BKT. So I really like Wakanda, and that is how I like to use them in war. Let me know your thoughts and where you use them in war down in the comments, or you can let me know on my Discord. Again, the Discord's important. There's some infographics on my Discord for the giveaways that I mentioned earlier if you're interested in that and you're interested in a chance of getting free money. Well, free for you guys, not so free for me. Anyways, There's going to be links to the Discord and a few other things in the video description. So I really do hope you enjoyed this, and as always, I'm here to help.